In this class number 12 of our Automotive Air Conditioning course, we will analyze a critical failure of the vehicle's climate control system, which often goes unnoticed during an initial visual or functional inspection, since the system appears to cool normally and does not show immediate or obvious symptoms of poor performance. This condition occurs when the vehicle's air conditioning system operates correctly from a thermal and cabin comfort standpoint, but the compressor oil, which can be directly observed through the system's pressure ports during a refrigerant recovery process or when draining the compressor, shows a black, very dark, or clearly contaminated color with a thick appearance or visible particles. This sign indicates an advanced internal degradation of the system, which is generally caused by the presence of microscopic metallic particles, friction residues, metal shavings, or sediments that originate as a result of the progressive wear of the compressor's internal components, such as plates, pistons, or valves, as well as by chemical reactions between the refrigerant, the lubricating oil, and the moisture present in the system. This phenomenon is known in the technical field as Black Death, and its main danger lies in the fact that it can spread rapidly throughout the entire refrigeration circuit, traveling together with the oil and the refrigerant, contaminating expansion valves, hoses, the condenser, and the evaporator, causing repetitive failures, internal blockages, and severe damage if it is not addressed quickly, correctly, and definitively, since a partial repair almost always leads to a recurrence of the problem. Remember that in the description of this video you will find the link to access our complete Automotive Air Conditioning course, where we explore this and other critical failures with practical and detailed explanations. Below, we describe the recommended steps to solve this problem, which must be carried out in an orderly manner and without omitting any of them, since each stage fulfills a key function within the system recovery process, and any mistake can compromise the final result and the durability of the repair. Step 1. Before starting any type of mechanical or technical intervention, it is absolutely essential to completely depressurize the system, safely recovering the refrigerant using the appropriate equipment, and to disconnect all relevant components, such as the compressor, condenser, evaporator, and all hoses in the circuit. This procedure is not only fundamental to prevent accidents, personal injuries, or violent releases of oil and refrigerant, but it also allows work to be carried out with greater comfort, control, and precision, facilitating internal access to each component that will later need to be cleaned, evaluated, or replaced, and reducing the risk of cross-contamination during the process. Step 2. Use a specialized cleaning solution for automotive air conditioning systems, specifically designed to dissolve degraded oil residues and metallic particles, together with controlled compressed air equipment, in order to flush and completely remove metallic particles, carbonized residues, and contaminants adhered to the internal walls of each component. It is extremely important to clean each component separately, including the evaporator, condenser, and hoses, since a superficial, incomplete, or combined cleaning can leave trapped residues that will later circulate again through the system and cause renewed contamination. To ensure effective results, the cleaning process must continue until the outlet fluid appears completely clean and free of visible particles, and it must always be performed in a well-ventilated area, thus reducing prolonged exposure to chemical vapors that may be harmful to the technician's health. Step 3. In any system contaminated by Black Death, replacing the receiver dryer or filter dryer is not optional under any circumstances, but absolutely mandatory, since this component acts as the system's last line of defense, retaining moisture, solid particles, and chemical residues that could otherwise continue circulating. A new and properly functioning filter dryer prevents residual contaminants from continuing to spread, protects the newly lubricated compressor, stabilizes system operation, and significantly reduces the risk of failure recurrence, helping to extend the service life of the entire system and maintain stable operating pressures and temperatures. Step 4. During system reassembly, it is essential to install new seals or O-rings at all connections without reusing old gaskets, even if they appear to be in good condition or show no visible deformation. New seals ensure a tight and uniform seal, prevent micro-leaks of refrigerant, avoid the entry of air and moisture into the circuit, and ensure that the system maintains correct operating pressures, both under normal conditions and during high thermal loads or prolonged operation. Step 5. Proceed to completely remove the oil contained in the compressor crankcase, making sure to drain all of the contaminated lubricant, since even small amounts of degraded oil can recontaminate the system, and replace it with new PAG oil, adding exactly the same amount that was removed. If the compressor has a specific oil charging screw or plug, use that point, while carefully following the manufacturer's recommendations. If no plug or screw is available, the oil must be added through the largest compressor line, slowly rotating the compressor shaft manually to ensure that the lubricant is properly distributed and lubricates all internal components, such as pistons, plates, bearings, and valves. It is very important to remember not to expose PAG oil to the outside environment, since this type of oil is highly hygroscopic and can absorb moisture from the air, which would seriously compromise its lubricating capacity and compatibility with the refrigerant. You can again find in the description of this video the link to access our complete automotive air conditioning course, where this procedure is explained in greater detail. Step 6. Once it has been confirmed that all components are completely clean and properly reinstalled, proceed to assemble the system with the equipment completely turned off and without introducing refrigerant yet. Then perform a leak test by charging the system with dry nitrogen, which is an inert gas, to an approximate pressure of 200 pounds per square inch, psi. Maintain this pressure for a few minutes, carefully observing the gauges, connections, and critical points of the system. If the pressure remains stable without any drop, this confirms that there are no internal or external leaks, a condition that is essential before proceeding with the vacuum and recharge process. Step 7. If no leaks are detected during the nitrogen test, proceed to completely remove the gas from the system and perform a deep vacuum using a vacuum pump in good condition until reaching approximately 500 microns of mercury, maintaining the vacuum for the necessary time to ensure complete internal dehydration. This step is crucial to eliminate residual moisture, air, and non-condensable gases, which could otherwise cause abnormal pressure increases, internal corrosion, acid formation, and a significant loss of system efficiency once it is put into operation. Step 8. Add an additional amount of oil, very similar to the amount of oil that the compressor originally had in the crankcase, preferably using the low-side gauge port, ensuring that it is done in a controlled manner and without introducing air into the system. Next, recharge the system with the exact amount of refrigerant, strictly following the manufacturer's specifications, either by weight or by operating parameters, or until reaching a low side pressure close to 35 pounds per square inch, psi, with the engine running at idle, the fan activated, and the system operating under normal working conditions. Step 9. Once the entire maintenance process has been completed, turn on the air conditioning system and perform a thorough final verification, ensuring that the system operates in a stable, continuous, and efficient manner, without abnormal noises, excessive vibrations, sudden pressure fluctuations, or irregular behavior during the operating cycle. Any unusual sound, drop in performance, abnormal pressure increase, or anomaly in overall behavior may be a clear sign of additional problems, which must be diagnosed and corrected before considering the job complete and delivering the vehicle to the customer.